This is the underside of an ITC 99B cartridge machine. The big motor is the capstan motor. What is this motor for, I wonder? Well, this is the motor that is part of the automatic Azimuth adjustment, and on this particular machine, although everything else seems to work, I'm not sure that this is working. So what I'm going to do is we'll just refer to the manual, because there are some micro switches involved. It could even just be one of those or both of them open circuit. So we'll get to the part of the circuit that we need and take it from there. So a very quick update just to speed things up. Couldn't see anything outwardly on this, and I've done some basic checks and all things I say. So I've unplugged this board, this is the ELSA board, and put power directly into the motor from a power supply. So I put about up to 20 volts at 1 amp, and this motor is jammed. Unsurprisingly, I mean, it's just been standing and it's stuck. So I think it just needs a twiddle and we might be able to get it working. So yes, this is the problem. I'd like to get it working. I wasn't bothered about the Azimuth before, but as someone's asked to see it, I suppose it would be nice to have it working, wouldn't it? So there's our problem. These gears have, I mean, this Azimuth would have probably not been used for, well, it wouldn't have been a long time. The grease has just totally dried up. So we've had an absolutely phenomenal amount of success today. We found that the motor gearbox that drives the screw thread that alters the azimuth of the heads was completely seized. In fact, I've never seen one so seized up. It's almost as if someone put super glue inside it. But it's just the grease just not used. I mean, it's very, very possible that depending on how this machine was used, it may never have operated. That's a possibility. It may never ever have been used. So let's go through the procedure for the ELSA cycle. The first one is if you press the red button on the front and press the blue one and let it flash twice, that just finds the splice. So let's try that. 1, 2, and that should just be zinkling along to find the splice. Hopefully it will. And the splice, you can just see the splice come. I don't know if the camera picked it up, but you can see the splice come around the back of the thingy, just through there. So the second one is if you press the red button and let it flash once, that erases the tape and then finds the splice. It's already erased this tape, but it doesn't matter. There are, that's erased it. There's a big coil underneath the cartridge, and that's connected to the mains, and it dies down in the same way as you bring a demagnetizer away from a head, so that you don't get any sudden things on the tape. So now the third one is the most exciting one, because that is the azimuth adjustment, splice finder and erase. That does the whole thing, this kiddie. And for that one, you just press the red button, hold the red button in, and press the blue one once. So we're erasing. And it has to erase again now because it's just put a signal on the tape. So we'll let this go to the end and then try to record something on it and see what happens. I'm really pleased because this is a function of this machine which I wasn't really bothered about. It didn't work and I thought, oh, I'm not bothered, but because someone has asked me about it and wanted to see it, I've been motivated into getting it working. Had I realised it was just the motor that was seized up, I probably would have done it sooner. But yeah, so let's try recording something on it, shall we? Place the machine into record, and you can see the meters, just see the right hand meter working, and we'll try to record something. What should we record? Let's see now, just put it into pause while I find something to record. Okay, so I've recorded my voiceover onto a mini disc, which you can't see, and the other mini disc is set up to, there we are, and we're going to do a radio jingle. So I'll just do the first bit, which is a pre-recorded on a mini disc, because if I've got the microphones faded up, if I've got the microphone faded up, you're going to hear the click of the machine when we put it into play. You'll hear the pinch roller whiz up into position and click. You don't want that. So we're in record. There we are. We're recording. Let's take those down a little bit, and we have to press the right. I'm going to fade myself out and stand by. You're listening to the sound of Radio Steve-O. Broadcasting on the medium wave band from the Maunsell Towers in the Thames Estuary in Great Britain, this is Radio Steve-O, playing the songs that you like to hear at any time you like to hear them. You thought the pirates were dead, didn't you? But we're still here, in a dark, dank corner of these forts. Here I am. You can't see me, though. So, if it's music you want, fun you like to have, listen to Radio Steve-O from the North Sea. I hope someone's listening. Okay, so we're going to put the secondary Q tone on. And then that will take us into the fast thing. So, let's go see what we've got, shall we? You'd think I'd have something better to do on a Sunday afternoon, really, wouldn't you? This is in fast Q mode. Of course, when the pirates were around, these particular machines would not have been in use. And some of the pirates, all they used was domestic equipment. Some of the Radio London and Caroline, they had all the gear, and they had that. They were pretty slick. But there were some stations that they were using domestic machines, very good domestic machines, but domestic machines all the same. So shall we see? This is all live. Shall we see what we've got? You're listening to the sound of Radio Steve-O. Broadcasting on the medium wave band from the Maunsell Towers in the Thames Estuary in Great Britain, this is Radio Steve-O, playing the songs that you like to hear, at any time you like to hear them. You thought the pirates were dead, didn't you? But we're still here, in a dark, dank corner of these forts. Here I am. You can't see me, though. So, if it's music you want, fun you like to have, listen to Radio Steve-O from the North Sea. I hope someone's listening. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we're going to put the secondary Q tone on. There we are. That's just detected the secondary Q tone. That's in fast thingamajig. Hope you enjoyed that. Some people listening to that might think the best place for me is in the North Sea. Not broadcasting from it, but actually in it. And I just think that's rude. Thank you very much for watching. That was a Steve W. production.